Hi, in this episode we're going to be taking a look at some dollar store finds I picked up. These are the first edition DC figures, and I found these at the dollar store for $5. I do not buy DC or Marvel stuff very often. Actually, I've never really bought them at all, even the super articulated ones. But recently, my dollar store was carrying these Marvel Legend Kenner style figures. They're the 5 points of articulation. They don't really come with a lot of accessories. Also, this Falcon does come with a bird. So, and I thought these were really great, and I started collecting them. But again, they were at the dollar store for $5. I'm not paying the $22 at Walmart or whatever. And if they continue bringing them in to the dollar stores, I will pick them up. But recently I was there and I found these for $5. They're roughly 3 3/4 inch. They might be a little bit taller, maybe 4 inch, but I think they're about 3 3/4. We'll take them out and take a look at them and measure them. But you can see that they're a little bit more articulation on these. And I picked up the four that was there. We've got Batman in his regular outfit. We've got Superman. We've got the Joker. And then we've got the tactical Batman, which he has this silver uniform on. And I also picked up the Indiana Jones, Hasbro Indiana Jones Kenners, Sallah. And I've been reviewing these figures from the beginning, but Amazon had it. And they managed to give me this card without it getting completely busted and bent. It's a little bent, but it's okay. I'm taking it out anyway. I don't keep these in the package. So we'll take that out and see what we have. I do have Henry Jones, and they did have the Indiana Jones on Amazon, this version, which I really want, but that'll have to be on a separate purchase later on. So let's dig into these, and really I want to see if these are any better than the Marvel Legends ones, because I do really like these figures. Now, before I open this up, I want to talk about this. It says that there's 3 accessories inside, and there's a question mark. So I'm assuming that it's kind of I don't know if every figure has the same accessory or if it's a surprise every time. If I was to buy 2 of these, would I get the same accessories, or would it be kind of a crapshoot on what I would get? So the Caped Crusader here, and so those accessories are just in this little box, kind of like what they do with the classifieds. And I'm not keeping these boxes, so I'm not going to keep this packaging. So it says here, collectible trading cards. So this is a collectible trading card. I wish I would have known that before I did that. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to keep these. It doesn't really even look like a trading card. But let's see what's in the box. It's kind of interesting. There's like 3 different boxes, and they're serrated. Little opening here. Pull that out. We've got a translucent grappling hook. We also have a gold batarang here. We've got some kind of knife weapon. And we have another knife weapon. So there's 3 slots, but I've got 4 accessories. So that's kind of cool. That's really fun. Actually, I like that. It's kind of interesting. So let's open up the rest of these. When I get these out, then we'll open up all of these boxes and see what we get inside. So here we go. We got everything out of the packaging. And I really do like these figures. They're really, really nice. The fact that I got them for $5 at the dollar store was nice. Now, they're similar to the 3 3/4 size here. We've got Sallah here. He is 3 3/4. but they're a little taller. They're more like, let's do some measuring here and see. They're close to more like 4 inch. So they're quite similar to the Marvel Legends retro figures that I showed a couple weeks ago, actually. And they vary in size, within probably a couple millimeters. And I like that because I'm a huge 3 3/4 figure collector, and that's why I decided to check these out so that they will fit into my 3 3/4 collection on my shelves. When you open these up, you break that off there, and then on the inside, you want to be careful because then you have a collector card inside. So you want to make sure you don't just rip these apart if you decide you want to keep the collector card. So make sure you break it over on the right hand side. So we've got the DC Superman and the DC Batman figures here. The Batman ones have the first edition hologram sticker on the top, so they're a little different than the Superman ones. But we've also got Heroes Unite on the Superman boxes, and then on the Batman box we have the Caped Crusaders. Now looking at the piece of paper they give us, on the inside we have the missions that you will get, or what missions will you get. It says here on the top, and it shows all the different figures that you can get, plus there are some different types of figures with the different material finishes. And some of these figures are chase figures with accessories that are chases. You can see here on the top right all the accessories and how they fit on the figure. This is the thing that I think is the most interesting, is these mystery boxes. Let's open these up more. This is the second one. This is the one for the Joker, and see what we get here. We've got a retractable, it doesn't really retract, but that's what it's supposed to be, a retractable boxing glove, kind of a boxing glove gun. So that's one accessory. There's supposed to be 3. And we have a extra gauntlet glove, and of course you got a pair, so that's considered 1. And then you have this wind up dentures or wind up teeth figure. That's kind of interesting. I don't know a lot about these, so you guys can maybe chime in and let me know what the heck that is. Looking at the Superman accessories, we have some kryptonite. Nothing in that one. Now these accessories are able to fall into the next box, but they're all in there. We have some Superman chest armor, and this is kind of strange. It looks like some kind of headband, but I think you put it over his head and they're like lasers that come out of his eyes. Let's look at the Superman pamphlet that came with the Superman figure. You can see what mission will you get here. Again, the same thing. You can get different accessories, and if you're lucky, you can get some of the chase accessories. We've got Superman, Shazam. We've got Cyborg, the Flash. But you can see here we got Toxic Neon, Hydro Translucent, Titanium Metallic, Stealth Metal, some rare colors, and some super rare colors too. So depending on the accessories, you can get a Rebirth Tactical Batman, a Rebirth Batman. You've got Nightwing here. We've got Man-Bat. Lots of different types of Robins. We've got Nightwing. And then you can get a rare Batman and a super rare Robin. Let's open the Tactical Batman's accessories and see what we get in here. Got some more gauntlets. These are the purple gauntlets. That's for the Rebirth. So this is now a Rebirth Tactical Batman because of the accessories he's getting here. And then he's got this laser gun. And he's got these wings, they're green. So that gives us the Rebirth Tactical Batman. That's nice. So that means we got the Titanium Metallic mission. So let's take a look at the articulation of these figures. Let's take a look at the tactical Batman here. He's got a cloth cape, and it's a soft goods, but it feels more like a kind of a cloth plastic, like a nylon or something like that. It's hard to describe. It does feel a little thin. You can see Superman has it too. It's kind of silky with the Superman symbol on it. I really like that, actually. Articulating these figures, he does have elbow articulation. These are really hard to move. I'm kind of afraid to move them. The elbows are really small. Oh, there we go. It's more like a ratchet. He's got shoulder articulation, and also up and down too, not just back and forth. He's got head articulation. No hip articulation. We've got leg and leg swivel and knees. Nothing at the ankles, which is fine with me because I find too much articulation on these small figures makes them hard to stand. I just wish he did have a little bit of hip articulation. It could give him a little bit more movement, and he would look good on the shelf. That would be nice to have that, but that's okay. I'm not really complaining too much about that. Now these, their legs go quite wide, so they do stand really nice. And you can see he's got a hole in his cape here, so you can put anything that, any accessory like these wings. Those wings are a little small. I don't know if those would be very useful. I don't think he had small wings like that. But anyway, it's the thought that counts, I guess. And he had two of these knives. I thought they were two different accessories, but they're actually the same accessory. Connect them together like this, and then there's a handle here, and you can use them as a shield. So Batman can use this if he wants to as a shield. Now I'm afraid I'm gonna, those arms look like they are gonna break really easily, so I'm not gonna do anything there. But here you can see he has a shield, so that's kind of cool. He also came with that translucent grappling hook gun thing. I like that. And then if we look at Superman here, he's got his shield here, his chest armor. I'm probably not going to be putting that on him because it doesn't really fit on very well, and it doesn't look that great. So I'm probably not going to leave that on him, but that's what it looks like when it's on there, and it looks like it's actually tearing the cape off. So these capes are not on there very good. I think that they're pretty fragile, so I'd be careful putting that on. I'm going to definitely pose him without the cape for sure. Now he came with these lasers. I think it's kind of ridiculous how this looks. It looks like a headband with lasers coming out of his eyes. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't look that great. But I mean, these are for kids, so I'm sure kids would love that. And I'm sure as a kid I would have loved that too. We also got some kryptonite here. There's a little peg at the bottom of the kryptonite. I'm not sure where that pegs into. It doesn't look like it pegs into his back or anything like that, so I'm not really sure what that's for. But I'm sure these accessories can be used on all the figures, not just the figures that it comes with. And we've got the Joker here. He's got his retractable boxing glove, whatever that gun is. Oh, and yep, okay, well, this is why I didn't want to articulate the Batman. I could feel that his legs were going to break, and I've already broken a leg on the Joker. But I mean, it was $5, so perhaps that's why these are at the dollar store. Maybe they had a really bad run, and well, I don't know. I'd have to look at these figures are 3 years old. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know that. Oh, I broke another leg. So we've got two legs broken so far. So I wouldn't articulate these too much. They're not that durable. So the fact that he broke it, I'm sure when these first came out 3 years ago, they were probably $22 Canadian. So maybe they were $10. I'm not really sure how much these were, but I would assume the prices of figures now, they're probably around $15 Canadian, maybe $20 Canadian. So yeah, I'm not sure. These were made by Spin Masters, so maybe they were a little bit cheaper than what you'd get from Hasbro or Mattel. So that's kind of disappointing that all of his limbs pretty much broke. Let's take a look at Sallah here. I really like the paint on his tie. The paint on this figure is really nice. His head is nice. Of course, you have to have Sallah if you're going to um, collect these figures. I do have Sallah from the 2008 version, and of course we've got those weird leg joints that make him look like he's dancing a Russian dance. And the legs don't really move really high. Like you can't really pose them on a 90 degree. So, uh, but I mean, we've been looking at these figures for the past 8 months now, and they are what they are. But he's looks really nice. You got to have Sallah in the collection if you're going to buy these figures. So I figured I would pick him up. He does have a handgun. It's really rubbery plastic. But it does fit in his hand quite well, and he does hold it. So they're making these figures hold their weapons a little bit better than the first wave, and that's what matters to me. But I really like this figure. He is really cool. He's going to look great on the shelf in the collection with the rest of the retro figures I got. Take a look at his card. It's just him on the front of the card, nothing special. And these cards that I have, apparently they did come out with cards that were quite thin, but the ones that they have in Canada are quite a thick card. So they're nice cards. Like I said, I do like these figures. These are really cool. They are 4-inch, so they're in the scale that I like to collect, even though I collect a lot of different scales. But this is the scale that I really enjoy collecting the most. That's why I picked up a lot of Super 7 figures and stuff like that, is because they're in the scale that I like the most. And you can put a lot of figures on the shelf. So that is really important to me. You could pick up those play sets and definitely put these in them. So that's really cool for $5. Why not? Our store is just down the street from me, so guess what? I went and picked up another Joker. I'm probably just going to glue this guy together, but I thought for $5, why not just pick up another one? So there you go. I don't recommend these too much because of that problem that they have. I'm not sure if it's always been a problem or is it just the dollar store ones have the problems. Subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Zen. Please subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Like the video if you enjoyed this content, and let me know if you've collected these figures. I know there's a lot more figures available than this. Thanks for watching. Bye.